We met Dr. Robbins, a doctor of natural medicine. He changed our lives forever and helped us discover the hidden mold in my home that nobody else could find, including the mold inspector. And that was just the beginning. So at first with biofeedback, I was a little bit skeptical. I'm, very open-minded, but I did not necessarily believe that the remedies, the tinctured bases, the drops, let me show you the drops. I didn't really believe that the answer to all of my years of chronic issues was going to be in a little bitty bottle. And I, thought I had tried everything with my parents and my grandparents as medical doctors. But when we found this little clinic in Billings, Montana, we basically had our lives transformed within a matter of 4 months. So my daughter within one visit, my husband within one visit, and then me, it took 4 months, and I was maybe dragging my heels a little bit. But it was so transformative. I had to keep asking why. Why did it work? What did you do to me? And that's how our story began. So, for the most part, I had resolve. I've gotten my sense of smell back after 8 years. My cold sensitivity was gone. My energy was amazing for a new mom. My EMF sensitivity disappeared. My hair started growing again. No more rapid graying. My depression, anxiety, sugar cravings, ADHD were all dramatically better. And a lot of that was lifestyle too, but my immune system bounced back. And this is another, I hate to admit it, but I wasn't taking any supplements. I was fresh out of birth, no supplements on board, just frequencies. And that's when I knew I needed to learn how to do it myself. So Scott and I trained. We got certified in a Meridian Stress Analyst course. Got the machine. We started education with the Institute of Bioenergetic Medicine, and our doctorate programs were, well into our way, going to be graduating here July of 2026, which is hard to believe, but we're on our way. And so we just learned as much as we could about the human body, quick as we could. And so the scan itself, one of the interesting things is it gives you this report, and it can be like 40 pages, 80 pages. Mine was massive. I thought I was going to have to go line by line by 400 items and figure out all these things that were wrong with my body. But one of the items, it changes from month to month, and you scan monthly, and each month it's a little bit of a different angle looking at the same issue. So one of the consistent things from scan to scan was this mold signature, this fungal signature, and it kept showing up, fungal signature. And so I kind of zoned in. I hired that mold inspector to come look at my house and didn't really find much as far as problems with the area, but he did say that there was a hot spot in the bathroom I should have checked out. It's basically, where the water condenses off the wall, drips down. It happens to be right in front of this heating vent, so the conditions are perfect that if there's mold, there might be mold right there. And so we got the bathroom looked into, the baseboards removed, and yes, indeed, I don't have pictures because I wanted to be nowhere near it, but there was black mold in that area. So we couldn't afford the full remediation at the time. So we took his actions to cover the area, purify the air, and reduce exposure as much as we could. And we did biofeedback in the meantime. My symptoms had already been resolved. So the good and the bad about it is that the urgency to really fix the environment can be taken away somewhat. So I'm very careful about who, I need to make sure that you're still willing to fix the underlying problem, because the physical issue will still be present. So we see with everybody, there's a variety of different ways that healing can look. There's mold is just one of those sneaky disruptors that blocks the progress. So in biofeedback, I can see the signatures and frequencies that are like almost as subtle as a negative thought, but potentially amplified 100,000 times. So when I scan children, their energy is easy to move. They have a shorter history of that compounding frequency. When I scan adults, it's a lot more sturdy, like a comfortable boulder in a way. So part of the scanning process, it lets me know where you're at in that journey potentially, and completely non-diagnostic, but we can see if it's not responding to the solutions that you're trying to use and suggest some other options to look into. So it starts with frequencies and you get a little bit of hope. So check out our article on the Sinusitis website, sinusitiswellness.com, and you can read all about our story and how we got started in greater detail.